what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides, and I am at not so sunny Florida right now. The sun's coming up. I'm at the monthly DuPont Registry Cars and Coffee event, and do I have a very special car for you. I have behind me this Boss 302 Mustang. Now, if you are a classic Mustang fan, you already know the story. You already know the lure of this car. If you're not, let me give you a little bit of history lesson. So, in the 1960s, 1964 and a half, Ford comes out onto the scene with the Mustang, changes the whole car segment, changes the whole car world. Really was a car that was fun, it was affordable, and it had a performance aspect to it. As the years went by, things started to change. More power, bigger engines, faster cars. Well, guess what? There was a series in the 1960s called the Trans Am series. SCCA, which is the Sports Car Club of America, put a class together for the big three manufacturers to go head to head with their street cars. So you had Chevrolet with their Camaro, you had Ford with the Mustang, the Boss 302, you had Dodge with the Challenger, you had even AMC who had the Javelin. And this was a heyday where some of the biggest names in racing were racing on road courses in these cars, which were not far from stock. And one of the unique things about this is that in a day and age where these cars were getting, it was about bigger cubic inches and whatnot, this one did its job with a smaller engine, a 302 cubic inch engine. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a look at the front of the car. I love the classic look of these Mustangs. I really like how the grille, you got your traditional pony, and if you go down to a new Ford dealership, you still have that same pony there. Now, one thing that you're gonna have that's a little different on the Boss 302 is down here, this lower air dam. This is something specific. It's like a shovel. We want to shovel air into that radiator because as you're racing, you're gonna build up heat. Heat is not your friend. Heat robs your engine of horsepower. We want to get more air into that engine compartment to help cool that engine. But I really just love the classic lines, and I think Ford is doing a phenomenal job with taking these classic lines of this Boss 302 and bringing it into the 2019 Mustangs. You could see the lineage there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this engine. Now, let's start with underneath the hood. If you look underneath the hood, you'll say, hey, why is there a big hole cut out? Ford made famous the shaker hood. Now what happens is when this hood closes, this air scoop is gonna stick through that opening. When you get on the gas, the engine's gonna vibrate, hence the name shaker hood. I really, really like the placement of it. I like the way it's flat black, and I love the way that the flat black works with the orange. You know, back then it was about fun, it was about crazy colors, and this orange really works on this Boss 302. You can see just how clean this engine compartment is. Now I talked to the owner. This restoration is about 10 years old, and it shows that he enjoys it, and that's what it's about. It's not about having a concourse car where nobody sees it until the big day of the show and then you park it back and put 10 covers over it. This car, he's able to take it out, show it, and bring it out to the events. I'm gonna have Tom come in. I really like just what Ford does with their valve covers. Show him, Tom, on the side here, how it lets you know this is that Boss 302. So it's a smaller displacement than, say, a 429 Cobra Jet. What the benefit of that is that this engine is gonna have higher RPM capability. When you're on a road course, it's not the same as a drag strip. Drag strip, maybe you want a big 429. This, you want a light engine, light on the front of the car that's gonna have that high RPM, and it's gonna give you that performance and help you win those road races. Let's go ahead and take a look of the side of the car. I really, really like the style of the wheel that they were using back then. Very, very attractive. And this is something that if you go back to the 60s, it was all about having, you know, that steel wheel appearance with some nice chrome. You know, Chevrolet had their rally wheel-esque wheel. Ford was doing it, I think, a little bit better with the styling. I just like what they were doing with these wheels. Can't beat the white walled leather tires. Very nice. And then there's that traditional stripe. I think when it comes to when you see a car and you know what it is, this Boss 302 stripe is so iconic. And I'm gonna have Tom swing around and show you on the hood how the designers really did a great job with how the stripe flows. It's just enough, it's unique, and it helps you stand out. And that's what's so great about this car. Check out the interior. Nothing but the business. You got the 3 pedals. You got that awesome 4-speed manual transmission, because remember, on a road course, it's all about rowing through those gears, having that performance against the Camaros, against the Trans Ams, against the Javelins, and these cars came out on top. As we work our way back, now here's something very interesting. This is one of my favorite parts of the car. I really like this flared out fender look. If you go down to a Ford dealership, same look even to this day. That fastback design, very aerodynamic, very efficient, and very iconic. Out back, I love the way they went with the flat black. Down the back window here, you have a nice tasteful rear spoiler. Remember, this car is a road course car. It's about handling in the turns, getting some downforce. And then another thing that just wraps it off is having that flat black across the back here. It's interesting the connections, like I keep saying, between the new Mustangs and the Mustangs of old. You have your tri-bar taillights, something that's just so iconic, very clean styling. Love, love, love this Boss 302. But anyways, if these are the types of cars you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in that comment section. If you have not been to my Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages, check those out. It's all Rady's Rides original content all the time. If you have not hit subscribe, I don't know what you're waiting for. I got old cars, muscle cars, classic cars, new cars, import cars. We do it all on Rady's Rides. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Thank you for your support. We have a community here on Rady's Rides. We have a family here on Rady's Rides, and I really, really love that whole concept. If you want your Rady's Rides t-shirt, get it right off the YouTube channel. Hit About, lower left-hand corner, Rady's Rides t-shirt. Buy 100 of them. They're 15 bucks. Give them to your friends as gifts. They'll think you're the world's greatest hero, I promise you. And then definitely, I couldn't do this without Big Guns McGee, Tom Moschner. He loves these muscle cars. When I said, hey, let's do the Boss 302, he got all giddy like a little kid on Christmas morning. So I bring the Boss 302 to you. Thank you, Tom, for doing this, lifting the weights, getting stronger every day, mind, heart, and spirit. He's gonna win that powerlifting competition, so show him some love. And like always, I'll see you on the next ride.